Welcome to today's video. If you're serious about your career trajectory in the modern South African economy, then you must understand the strategic imperative of LinkedIn. With an unemployment rate that poses significant challenges, your professional profile cannot be passive. Today, I'll be providing a masterclass in professional architecture. I will show you how to optimize your profile, and then crucially, I'll show you the exact messages that I use to land interviews with South African top firms. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the why. Unlike conventional job boards like Pnet and Indeed, LinkedIn is a dynamic, searchable database of human capital. This is where 16 million professionals gather to source talent. That's effectively 25% of the South African population. This is where companies, global conglomerates like Microsoft, Amazon come to source talent, as well as local titans like FNB, Discovery Bank, MTN, and the likes. If you are not here, you are effectively invisible. Right, now let's move to the visuals, particularly your headshot and your background banner. I would suggest to invest in a well-lit professional headshot. You can be wearing formal attire, a shirt, a blazer, whatever, as long as it's professional and signals that you are ready for a South African corporate environment. Here's another tip for the ladies. Please do not show any cleavage. I cannot stress this enough. This is a professional environment. This is where people are looking to hire. People form judgments in milliseconds, so first impressions matter. Moving on to the background banner, I would suggest a picture of the city you're from, a picture of the Pretoria skyline, Sandton, Joburg CBD, Cape Town, but don't leave it blank. This immediately conceptualizes where you are and your area of expertise. Moving on to our headline. Don't write down that you're a student. Don't write down that you're a job seeker. Instead, I want you to use my formula. You will list your targeted job title, you will list your high value skills, and you will also list your unique value proposition. For example, cloud engineer specializing in Bicep and Terraform, and my unique value proposition is that I optimize cloud infrastructure for South African enterprises. Well, someone is asking, why are we doing that? Well, that's very important because recruiters are using Boolean searches. That means that your headline must be packed with keywords that they are actively typing in the search bar. I will show you this at the end of the video. When someone is looking for or sourcing for talent, they're gonna type this specific skills they're looking for. Your name needs to pop up when they search for cloud engineer, infrastructure engineer, network engineer, system administrator, and the likes. Moving on to our about section, I want you to remove the phrase responsible for and replace it with spearheaded, optimized, or deployed so and so function into our work, into our processes that increased productivity by so and so percentage, reducing the amount of it takes to complete a certain task. Why are we doing that? Data proves value. You need to list facts, data, statistics that show your impact in your field. Don't just write a bunch of words. You need to use numbers so the recruiter knows and can quantify your impact in your job. Amazing. Now let's move on to my favorite part, which is why I prefer this platform compared to the others? Well, this is because you can actively communicate with anyone on the platform. You can talk to people that are hiring. You can talk to people that work at companies you want to work in. And I can't stress this enough, hey. 80% of jobs are never publicly advertised. They are either filled internally or referred to the people that they actively network with. Why do they do that? They would rather bring in someone they know can do the job instead of wasting time and looking for talent in the external environment. Why is that important? If you actively communicate with these people, you're the first person that comes to their mind when there's an open role in the company. So I want you to actively network it with people in the companies you want to work in, whether this is Invest Tech, whether this is F&B, Microsoft, whatever. I want you to actively engage with recruiters. Why? 80% of jobs are never publicly advertised. This is called the hidden job market. 80% of jobs are never publicly advertised. And I will show you how I use these exact strategies to land interviews with top firms in the country. Right. Let's talk about what I call the strategic follow up. Well, instead of blindly applying and waiting for them to respond, I inboxed the hiring manager and she replied within a minute saying she was impressed with my CV and that she was going to book me for a pre assessment test. Imagine if I just applied and waited, I would never have heard back. But now, because I followed up strategically with a message to her highlighting my experience and skills, she effectively got to see my value and the fact that I was able to proactively reach out. Well, here's another tactic you can use that's worked wonders for me. I want you to reach out to recruiters not begging for a job. I repeat, do not beg for a job. Instead, I want you to ask for perspective as to where do my particular skills fit. 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you, okay, we've got this role. Are you interested? For example, I messaged a lady called Vuiswa asking her, hey, this is what I do. These are my skills. Where do you think my particular skill set can land me? And by doing so, I managed to unlock a hidden global opportunity. She told me that she was actually looking for a bicep specialist for a job or role rather based in Australia. Because of my strategic approach and outreach to her, I managed to unlock again a global hidden opportunity. Now, if you follow all the steps I told you about, you will get to a point where you stop actively reaching out to people and they start coming to you. Why? Your headline is packed with keywords and your about section signifies that you are effectively ready for the job. Now, there are two ladies that came to me saying that, hi, we went through your profile and we've got these roles that are open. Why? This is because my headline was packed with searchable keywords. That's the power of the algorithm. LinkedIn is a powerful app that, if used right, you can unlock life changing opportunities that aren't available to the general public. Right, we have reached the end of our video. I can't stress this enough. Your LinkedIn profile is your personal enterprise. I want you to implement these changes today to unlock hidden opportunities by elevating your language, by quantifying your value, and by networking with intent. The opportunities are there. You just have to be visible enough to seize them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.